Hello and welcome back to the Golf Ireland pod. I am your host, Stephen Murphy. I'm here with my co-host, Valerie Wheeler. Valerie, how are you? It's great to see you.
I'm good. We missed you with terror. You were off gallivanting in the big apple. You're back. How was your time?
I know, I was going to say the Big Smoke, but that's Dublin. It's not the Big Apple. Yeah, it was great. I had a really, really good week over in the States. My fiance is from New York, so I was overseeing her family. That's great. They have a lovely house. I don't have to pay for accommodation. It's a win-win for me, Valerie. Because I'm sure it's crazy expensive. But yeah, had a great couple of days. Was in Manhattan in Central Park doing all the good stuff. It's an amazing city. It's a crazy city. I don't know if I'd like to live there, but it's always fun to visit there, I'll tell you that. But yeah, how was your week? I missed you. Did you miss me? Tell me you missed me,
Of
Valerie.
course I did. I was going to ask you about you weren't there while the Mayo game was on and all the fans were in Times Square, were you?
No, thankfully I missed that, and I also missed the earthquake. So
Yes.
yeah, I know. Like 2 days after I flew home, there was a 4.7, I think, magnitude earthquake. So yes, missed that. Thankfully, although I did have some really bad turbulence leaving JFK, which I've been very lucky in my life. I haven't taken a ton of flights, but I've had very good luck with flights in terms of turbulence and no delays. So I was probably due a little bit of turbulence, but yeah, once we got over the Atlantic, it calmed down. Once you got above the weather, basically, if you could just live above the weather and the clouds, it's actually very nice, very pleasant.
Good.
But no, you had a good week anyway.
Yeah, we had a good week. Obviously, championship is back. It started. The Sunday game is back. So we're straight from the league into the championship. There's no rest for the wicked now when it comes to the GA, but we're in full swing of it now. And you're back. And next week I'll be off. I'm heading somewhere sunny next week, so I'll have to be sending you pictures of sipping cocktails on a beach somewhere.
Where are you off to?
I'm going to Portugal for a few days just to relax.
Nice.
Maybe squeeze in a bit of golf. You never know.
I mean, it's a great country for golf, Valerie. That's when you do play, you just play in 25-degree weather heat. Is that good? Does that work?
Yeah, I am the hot weather golfer.
Yeah, yeah. You only play if it's sunny and warm. That's brilliant. Yeah, I hope you mentioned the championship there. I hope you're going to give a shout out to, of course, Cavan, where I'm from, with their big win over Monaghan in Clonus. So I'd be lying if I said I watched it. But look, I'll still give the bragging rights, for our neighbours back in Monaghan. So I also noticed on your story you were watching the Sunday game as if you didn't get enough GEA at the weekend. You tune in at 9 o'clock on a Sunday to watch it all
No,
over, is it?
actually, no, I was there recording a report of my own. That's what I was doing, if I'm being honest with you. After the match in Port I headed up to Dublin to record some more reports. So that's what I was at now at 9:30 on Sunday night. I was home about 12 o'clock, but sure, this is what happens when it's championship season.
Yeah, I know. And you look at you have a passion for what you do. So look at that's the side of the game that people don't like to see, but it is the hard work that goes into it. I also saw you presenting some as a makeup show. I don't want to misquote it because it's not my scene, obviously. But yeah, you don't have much time to yourself, Valerie, do you?
No, not really. I take on these gigs and I'm like, what have I done? Yeah, look, it was like a makeup tutorial. It was, do you know what? It was such a break from the sport. It was a nice day out. Women got to come enjoy themselves, got a good goodie bag. I was even trying to persuade a few of them to play a bit of golf. So this is what it's all about. This is how I'm going to recruit the women this year, Stephen.
Look at you with your golf. You're a golf nerd now, Valerie. It's great to see the evolution of Valerie Wheeler in terms of golf. But speaking of golf, it's an exciting week in the golfing world, Valerie, because it's the Masters week. This is, I suppose, our mecca for golf fans. This is the course that I think is top of most people's lists to play. Do you watch the Masters? It's kind of one of those events that even if you're not into golf beforehand, you tend to tune in on a Sunday to watch the Masters, right?
I'll have, come on now. You do know that my fiance is a pro golfer, so there'll be nothing but this on next week. To be fair, look, it'll be great. It'll be amazing. It'll be nice to have it on, and I'm sure I'll be able to come home Sunday night and watch a bit of it. Are you excited? Who are you going for? Who do you think will win?
I mean, if anyone listens of this has listened to me on my other podcast that I do, I'm the biggest Rory McIlroy fan, and I always think of the Office, the US Office quote where Michael Scott says, "I'm ready to be hurt again," and I am ready to be hurt again, Valerie. Every year, I tell myself this is the year he's going to do it, and I've been hurt. I don't know when was his first one, like 2010, maybe 2011, since he started playing. So, yeah, I'm always looking for Rory to win. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but it's one of those tournaments where you tune in regardless. It's beautiful scenery. it's just like the best of the golfing world in terms of golf course and the architecture of the course. It's just beautiful. But yeah, would I be incredibly happy if Rory wins it on Sunday, of course, or Shane Lowry, of course, too. I'd be delighted to see him win. But it's probably going to be Scotty Scheffler. Chances are it's probably going to be Scotty Scheffler. He's on a historic run at the moment. And of course Nelly
Even
Korda
with the beard
in
gone.
yeah, championship beard season, Valerie, as you know, in the GEA as well. So maybe Scotty, maybe that's the omen. That's not a good omen. But yeah, we'll talk more about the Masters. We do have, of course, a guest this week. We are speaking to the ladies from Laganview who will be hosting the upcoming Chip and Chat, which actually takes place this evening when you're listening to this. So we'll be discussing all about the Chip and Chat and chatting to them as well, which will be fantastic. So we will throw that over to that interview now. We are now delighted, myself and Valerie, to be joined by Carlie and Diane. Carlie and Diane Rosbotham have joined us here. They are from Laganview. They will be hosting the upcoming Chip and Chat. Sorry, I keep saying upcoming. It's this evening as time of you be listening to this. It's this evening in Laganview. But they've joined us here to discuss that. Carlie and Diane, thank you so much for joining us. I'll start with you, Carlie. How are you?
I'm all good. Yes, great to be here. Thank you for having us.
Perfect. And of course, Diane, Carlie's mother, which is one of the questions we'll be getting to here, this relationship. How are you, Diane?
I'm great, thank you. And yes, great to be on with you.
I must say it's like looking at twins at the moment. You're so alike and you're so in sync in your beautiful pink tops, of course, showcasing Laganview Golf Centre. For anyone listening, can you tell us about Laganview first of all, where it is, what's it like? Set the scene for us about the golf centre.
Okay, well, I'll answer that one. Okay, so Laganview Golf Centre, we are just really sit between Lisburn and Belfast. So we kind of service all areas around the two cities. We have 50 bays, and we have in-range ball tracking technology. We have an entertainment zone which has 12 bays, and then on the other side 48 bays for single players.
Wow, that's incredible. That's very, very that's a lot of bays. I know from my experience of going to driving ranges, it's not that common. So that's fantastic. I suppose we have to address elephant in the room, Valerie. We were under the assumption that Carlie and Diane were both avid golfers, been playing for years, and then they informed us before recording here that they don't play golf at all. So we have to address that. So talk to us about your relationship with golf and how you guys ended up in the position that you are in.
Well, actually, that's due to my husband, who actually built the driving range, and we celebrate 30 years on May Day. So we've been open 30 years, and when the range was built, Nigel and I were going out together, and then subsequently got married a couple of years after the range opened. So that's how I actually got involved in the range and have been there ever since. So yeah, that's why I'm involved. It is very much a family business. So all the kids are involved. We have Carlie and we have another daughter, Erica, and a son, Aaron, and everybody. It's very much a family business.
Everyone has to do their bit.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's fair play to you, honestly, but because you're there and working there so long and it's been in the family so long, I mean, I suppose the question of how have you never played would come up, and is there a reason why you wouldn't take to it at this stage, or is it because it's strictly work, it's strictly business?
Well, no, I mean, I would honestly say the customers that come through the range, and if I'm working on reception, they wouldn't actually encourage me to take the game up because they come out more exasperated as when they went in. So having said that, I mean, I have hit a few baskets of balls over the years, but I'm more artistic rather than sporty. But Carlie has tried.
Yes, I played, growing up when I was younger, I played at Lisburn Golf Club for a couple of years.
Yes.
But again, other interests took over. Again, I'm more arty, musical side. So just due to time constraints, it's now become maybe hit a basket of balls once a year for a bit of stress relief. But I keep saying I will get back into it, and I think it's great to see a movement of the females in the environment that we're currently working in. So it's definitely tempting me to get back to it.
I can't believe
I
someone
have to
used
say
the term.
there's been a big, I was just going to say, over the years, over the 30 years that we have been open, I have seen a huge change in our sort of the customers coming through the doors. Initially when we opened up, it was an older gentleman coming through. Now it's very much, it's open to everybody. Golf is open to everybody now. You have the young guys, you have the middle-aged men, you have the older gentlemen, and now we are finally seeing, and I would say probably in the last couple of years, young girls coming through the door.
Yeah, and it's fantastic, and we've seen that, especially as the Golf Ireland pod has existed over the last year and a bit. First of all, the talent of amateur golfers, women amateur golfers in the country is just is astronomically good. You see Leona Maguire obviously losing unfortunately last week in the final, but putting up to Nelly Corda, who's on this historic run. I can't believe though, Carlie, you used the term golf and stress relief in the one sentence, and it wasn't a joke or humorous at all. As someone who plays golf, I can assure you there was no stress relief involved at that. I want to ask you guys, these are obviously, well, you come across as very close mother and daughter relationship, and you do kind of work alongside each other as well. Talk to me about that dynamic. Is it tough to separate the mother and daughter, or does that actually help the work environment?
I think it would help. Obviously, there is, once, because we're so passionate about it, of course, a lot of the conversations that we have tend to come back to the business, but at the end of the day, it is just because we have so many ideas for the future that we're constantly bouncing off each other. We're constantly looking, what can we do next? What's the next step? But I have to say, we encourage each other, and definitely, I would say it helps more than it hinders.
I think probably having a family business, the biggest problem is turning off. Switching off from business, from work mode, because I have to laugh. People will say, "Oh, you're bored meeting," and I've said, "Well, actually, it's around the dinner table
every night."
Every night, it's always mentioned. Even what happened during the day, or what have we got to do tomorrow? Is the grass going to be cut? Are we still lifting plugged balls? Yes, at the moment we are. We need the weather to improve.
Absolutely.
So yes, that's the thing. I think for us as a family, it's very much, it's maybe we talk about it constantly.
I must say, I don't know, did you see this, but I seen that there was a survey done, I think it was this week, for people in DCU, and over half of the people surveyed had a family business, and they were willing to take over the family business. So when I know, Diane, you mightn't be going anywhere for a while, but Carlie, is it something that would play in your mind eventually? Is this something that you're like fully invested in? Is this your job, or is this the end goal for family businesses, to be passing it down to your children?
I would say so. And I think between me and my siblings, because we have grown up working in the business, being around the business, we all feel a great responsibility to the business. We watched mum and dad build it from the ground up. We take so much pride in that. And yes, it's definitely something that we're all keen to keep this going as long as we can. So,
and I think as parents too, we would like the kids to take it on. Yeah. Probably not just to work the amount of hours that we have over the years, but
maybe some work-life balance introduced. But we'll work on that.
You guys mentioned, I want to get your thoughts on this as well. When you opened up however long ago, I'm sure it was mainly golfers who were coming in to really focus on their golf, but you mentioned you got entertainment bays now as well. How has that changed, where instead of just going now and grinding on your golf game, you're going to go with your mates, you're going to maybe watch some TV in the background, maybe even have a drink or two, and it becomes more of a sociable kind of setting now? That's changed over the years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, our entertainment suite has now opened up the doors to a brand new
Yeah, different
demographic,
people. Yeah.
completely. And I think the whole social side of golf is becoming ever more popular now. Kind of the social experience. We have date nights, we have girls groups, we have groups of guys coming in, we have youth clubs, we have BBs, you know, everyone who didn't have the opportunity to at least try golf before now has it in the environment that they can come in, have a laugh. They don't need to worry about looking silly in front of their friends. And with the in-range technology, we now have the multiplayer options. You'll have your own private leaderboard within your bay, playing a series of games, golf courses. So it keeps everyone really engaged with a bit of friendly competition thrown in there, especially when it comes to longest drive. But absolutely, it is really good to see that so many more people are trying out the game in a different way.
And I think golf is changing. You know, screen golf now. We introduced in-range, it would be 2 years ago. And I mean, we've seen a big difference even from we introduced in-range technology. And as I say, screen golf now has become more of a trend. We still have our dedicated golfers who come in to practice, and we still very much are a range probably known for that. So it has been over this past 18 months, we've been chipping away at breaking down that and really opening it up to, you know, everybody. But yeah, it's definitely, I think with the technology now and groups being able to come in and use it and have just fun. I mean, this is what it's about now. It's about having fun. It's not the serious game that maybe, you know, what you would maybe have on the course, but at the range now it can be fun. You can have a wee bit of friendly competition, bit of banter.
And when you mention fun, of course, things like the Chip and Chat is what it's all about. You are hosting one. Are you excited to host it this evening?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait to meet everyone. Absolutely.
It's a great way to encourage women to come along and to use the range. And it's nice to get, you know, ladies groups either to come, you know, where they don't feel intimidated by the man standing next to them in the next bay, who's able to drive it so many yards down the range. You know, it's nice, and we've actually seen a change in that. You know, used to be the women used to go away, you know, we're 2 tiers, so they would have gone up top to the furthest bay away, whereas now it's actually, you know, they're starting to you know, stay beside the men as such. You know, I don't feel they are just as intimidated as what they have been.
Yeah, we're talking about Chip and Chat, and again, it's just to reiterate, Chip and Chat is the Golf Ireland initiative. It's the women's social golf community, and we are hosting 3 events in Ulster, the Ulster region, 2024, starting of course this evening, Thursday the 11th of April at Laganview Golf Centre, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it sounds like Laganview is the ideal spot. I kind of want to go myself at this stage. It sounds like it's going to be so much fun. But again, the program aims to provide an engaging, fun and safe space for women of all abilities to connect and play golf in a variety of ways. I suppose, you know, Carlie and Diane, when did you first hear about the Chip and Chat, and what were your thoughts on it?
I'll let you go.
I'm gonna say, would that have been summertime last year? We were just reaching out to see potential partnerships, particularly with Golf Ireland was one that we were really passionate to pursue. We got in touch with, I want to say, Suzanne at the time. We set up a Zoom call. She told us all about Chip and Chat and the initiatives that Golf Ireland were starting to roll out, and we really took a lot of inspiration from that and a lot of encouragement from that meeting to really push on ahead with the partnership and to get more dates in the diary for women's golf events.
Yeah, and the more of these the better, you know, because it's important that we get more women into golf. It's important that they feel less intimidated, that they go there and it's not as serious as it can be. You know, you can go make new friends. Also, we know how hard how hard it is for people to make friends nowadays, because I suppose during COVID, like, people were so alone and missed out on all those opportunities and meeting people. So the opportunity for young and old to meet new friends is also something special that can come from the chip and chat.
Totally.
Absolutely, and I mean it's a great way for women, you know, to even come along on their own, and they'll be put in with another, you know, another few ladies in a bay, and then, you know, well, you know what we're like, you know, it doesn't take long to start talking and making friendships, you know, and you know, just having that, you know, I think it's a really really good idea.
Yeah, again, I think the important thing is here, and again, it's reiterated with the press release and stuff like that. But you know, there'll be music, there'll be a little bit of food. It's a very relaxing environment because there is a lot of the boundaries for entry into the sport, and I, you know, even I've experienced it, and I know people who've experienced it. It's an intimidating sport to get into because of what you said, Diane. The history of the sport is very much like it's a very serious game, which it's not really. You know, at our level, it's a lot of fun. But how important is it, you know, on Laganview this evening? It's gonna be relaxed. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a bit of music. It's gonna be very enjoyable. And how important is that for someone getting into golf?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's coming into the right atmosphere, a relaxed atmosphere, a fun atmosphere. And yeah, you know, we always say, like, just enjoy yourself, you know, just be yourself, enjoy yourself. And it's really, it's a bit like a party.
Absolutely.
And Carlie and Diane, can I just say, right, maybe ye yourselves, after hosting this chip and chat, might be the little kick that we need to get ye back into playing golf.
I think you could well be right there. Absolutely, Valerie. I think when the music's going, there's a few wee nibbles. I think it might definitely tempt me to hit a few balls. Absolutely.
Absolutely. You kind of really think, oh, I just want to I'll hit one or two here.
Give me
just
a go.
join
Give
in.
me a go.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
I get FOMO otherwise. So yeah, I'd say I will definitely be very tempted this evening to have a go myself. Absolutely.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts. I'm telling you. This weekend, of course, it's another amazing golf event on, which is the Masters at Augusta. Will you be tuning in to watch the golf tournament?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We were scared you were going to say no.
Oh no! Trust me, this will be on the whole time.
Absolutely.
The whole time, and you know, it's such an exciting event, you know, and even, you know, it's one of those events where a non-golfer will sit at home and watch it, you know, and it's amazing. It really is amazing, and yes, I think
we'll get behind Rory.
We're rooting for Rory. Yes.
I didn't want to presume the choice of favorite golfer, but I think it's the same as myself, and of course, our golf fan will be also cheering on Shane Lowry. But yeah, are you predicting a Rory win, or just hoping for a Rory win?
Oh, come on, Rory! Come on, Rory!
That's the vote of confidence right there.
He can do it. He can do it.
Carlie and Diane, honestly, thank you so much for coming on the Golf Ireland podcast. Best of luck this evening. We hope the next time we're chatting to you that you'll be flat out golfing now.
That's it. Watch this space.
Great. Thanks, ladies.
Now on to some news items to finish off the show. We'll start, of course, with Leona Maguire, who unfortunately finished runner-up at the T-Mobile match play this week. She was beaten by Nelly Korda in the final. Nelly Korda now has won her last 4 straight events she's participated in, so absolutely no shame there for Leona losing to Nelly in the form that she is in. But still a fantastic week, and Leona really showing herself to be a match play phenomenon. Next event is the first women's major of the season, Chevron Championship, from the 18th to 21st of April. Both Leona Maguire and Stephanie Meadow in that field, so best of luck to both. The PGA Tour last week, Rory McIlroy finished 3rd at the Valero Texas Open. Seamus Power unfortunately missed the cut. On the DP World Tour, the next event is not until the 25th of April in Japan, so keep an eye out for that. And on the Ladies European Tour, weather reduced Australian Women's Classic to an 18-hole event, unfortunately. As a result, the tournament will not be classed as an official LET tournament, so points will not be allocated to the order of merit. Lauren Walsh shot 73, which is +1 to finish tied 68. Both Lauren and Olivia Mahaffey will have events in South Africa coming up next week or two, from the 18th to the 21st and 25th of the 28th of April. On the Challenge Tour, the next events are in the UAE from the 18th to the 21st and 25th to 28th of April also. And of course, we have the Masters this week, both Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry in the field at the Masters. Rory looking to complete that Grand Slam, and Shane looking to add the green jacket to his claret jug in his in his major trophy cabinet, should I say. So best of luck to both Rory and Shane, and enjoy it to everyone who is watching at home. I know it's a fantastic weekend of golf, or week of golf. For golf fanatics and even people who are on the fringes as well. It's one of those events. So thank you so much for listening. As always, we really, really appreciate it. And we'll be back next week with another episode for you.